Hey guys, I'm Tiffany, and you found me on the Wise Skies channel. Wise Skies is a collective of intuitive healers, readers, and people that can help you if your hair is on fire and you need to book a session with us. We also offer a pretty sweet membership. So if you want to develop your psychic abilities, if you want to take cool astrology classes, if you want some extra support throughout the month, then I invite you to check out our membership. But today, who is ready for an energy recalibration in September? I'm going to give this September astrology forecast today. And before we get started, I want to make sure that you have all of the hot spots throughout the month. So on the 5th, Venus is going to enter Virgo, recalibrating our Venus things, love and money. On the 10th, Mercury is going to retrograde into Libra, and there's going to be a full moon in Pisces that day. On the 12th, our psychic catalyst circles start again. So if you want to come check it out, it's just $12 to come hang out and practice your psychic skills. It's just like going to the gym and building a muscle. You have to keep practicing your psychic development for it to be part of your life. On the 23rd, the sun is going to enter Libra. So happy birthday to all your Libras out there. Make sure you remember them on their special day. On that same day, Mercury will continue its retrograde motion into Virgo. On the 25th, there will be a new moon at 2 degrees of Libra, and then Venus will enter Libra on the 29th. Stay tuned for the best days of the month. I'm going to give those to you at the very end. And before we do our deep dive of week by week in the astrology, I just want to acknowledge the numerology shifts into what I personally call a double rainbow, when the month is the same as the year. So we'll be in a 6 universal month in a 6 universal year. Now, the first of the month is an especially good time to change your address numerology if you want to spice that up. I recently changed mine to a 6. And so this is, like I said, it's a double rainbow. It's a 6 month and a 6 year. The 6 is about nurturing, making home a place that you want to run to, not away from, being at peace in your body, your physical body, your home, the house of your soul, right? So taking care of your energy and recalibrating your energy, this is a big reason that I wanted to, I guess, use that as the theme for September, this energy recalibration. The numerology frequency shifts, it helps us to get more settled into the rhythm of our own pace and space. So work with that too. Now, let's see. Let's talk about the first week of September. So the first day, Mars is going to sextile Jupiter. Mars comes in early, so you might be feeling that at the end of August. But this is a really good, energizing, go big, go home, have courage, be bold, ask for what you want, put yourself out there kind of a vibe. It's a time to reach for the stars. And then the energy, I don't want to say plummets, but Mercury is going to oppose Jupiter. And so you're going to start to kind of question things, right? And with all of that Libra this month, also Mars still in Gemini, there's lots of going back and forth. So getting different perspectives can be useful up until a point when it, isn't anymore. So on the 3rd, we'll have the first quarter moon, and that is when we have an opportunity to kind of walk our talk, but I think the energy is going to be lower. It's going to be dimmer. And so the first, put it out there, first day of the month magic, clean your house, blow cinnamon on your door, use essential oils to mop with, make it all fun, blow your sage around, light your candles, change your address numerology, and get clear with your guides in what's the mission, right? Mars, of your life. What's the bigger purpose, right? Jupiter. We have the workshop on the Midheaven this month with Sarah El Harar, Astro Auntie. And so I hope you can make it, because that first day of the month, it's like, what taps you into that bigger mission? What calling are you trying to answer? This kind of call and response energy, where it's like a mutual thing, is going to be going on all month. What's wanting to happen through you? So you might get some awareness that first day of the month. And then, like I said, don't be surprised if the energy fades. I know that it's Labor Day weekend. I know a lot of people are going to be on holiday or enjoying kind of the lazier vibes or relaxing, and just go slow and enjoy that. Now, the 5th through the 11th, of course, the 5th, a holiday for many people where I practice, but the 5th through 11th, I'm seeing some exciting new options. And it's about the little things, So the 5th through the 11th, can you weave the little things into your life? The astrology really influences and encourages this, because Venus is going to enter Virgo on the 5th and stay there all the way through the 29th. So it's the little things that make a huge difference this month, but also this week. So could you leave somebody a nice Post-it note? Could you pay for the coffee with the person behind you? Could you make a donation to a cause that you feel compelled to support? Could you be the one to clean the house and do the dishes and everything without asking everybody else for help? Could you just do something small for somebody else and maybe for yourself too, right? There's some auspicious timing on the 8th. Okay, what's happening is the sun is going to trine the North Node. And so any of your wishes that you put into that Leo new moon and that also the Lionsgate portal in August, I feel like if you look back on your journal, this is an interesting time to see what twist of fate is pulling you forward. The North Node is about fates, right? And the sun helps you shine, helps you know where to answer that life's biggest calling. So again, come to our Midheaven workshop and check out what it feels to build a legacy, you know, to build a life that you're really proud of, to be seen for, right? Auspicious timing with the sun and the North nodes also makes me think of the Grand Central Sun angels. So anybody that's wanting to practice connecting with their guides, connecting with their psychic self, connecting with that inner relationship, like that interior relationship that goes on, this would be an optimal moment to sit in meditation and really listen. So the 8th, check it out. Also question things this month. Mercury retrogrades into Libra on the 10th. So if you're feeling unsure, if you're not sure if that was you or your mind or your spirit guides, you know, just know that it's going to take some practice. The energy really supports you staying curious this week. So do you want to weave some breathing room into your schedule for some different, you know, opinions, perceptions, things to happen? I would say more breathing room, right? Libra, that air sign, is going to be important this week, but also all month. There's a detox moment where we've got this full moon in 17 degrees of Pisces on September 10th. It happens in the morning here in Central Time. And so, you know, the full moon's, of course, good time for recognizing closure, completion, what feels like it's coming full circle for you. And it's in Pisces. And so to me, this has always felt like a really good purge, like an energy purge moon. So it matches up with some of this Virgo energy we're experiencing, where it would be great to just detox, clean the clutter, clean out a junk drawer, wipe everything down, dust everything. Another just moment to zhuzh the energy up around you. If you've taken on, if you've been absorbing things and not like able to flush them out of your system, this would be a good time to, I want to say like flush slowly, but to look into things that would help you. The detox foot bath, the infrared lights, going for a walk, drinking more water than you have been, using oxygen pills to assist with digestion, doing energy cleanses, you know, really visualizing yourself in that glass cube to not protect necessarily, but just to keep your own energy in here. You can use the mind effectively to keep your own energy in your auric field without getting invaded or penetrated or like merging or blending with things that just aren't you, right? Including your thoughts, your emotions, and your physical experience. So this idea of this full moon in Pisces, like if any of your psychic boundaries have faded, this would be a good time to purge and reset. So what do you feel that you want to be aligned with in your soul? This full moon helps get everything else out of the way, right? So what stinks in your life? Let that go. The silver lining from January 1st is also coming around on the 11th. So right after the full moon intensity, that moment, you've got the sun trine Uranus on the 11th, and that's when sparks fly, and it's the good kind. We had this exact transit on January 1st. So I would say, check back with your January 1st journal intentions. What did you want for this year? For me, it was about nesting, and we're in a six month of nesting. And so having order in my home, having clarity and peace, having the ability to connect in quiet time, feeling really nurtured and nourished by the food and the sounds and the music and the, you know what I mean? Like all of that stuff was really important to me at the beginning of the year. And here we are coming full circle. So that wish coming fulfilled in some way, or if not, making some pivots, whether you're pivoting your wish from January 1st, or you're pivoting how you experience the wish granted, right? There could be different ways that plays out. If you didn't make wishes January 1st, if you didn't set any intentions, how else could you work with this energy? Do you want to meet a new friend? Do you want to test out a new hobby? Do you want to, I don't know, just try something new? Do you want to surprise yourself, right? And it's a good electronic solution when you might have had some electronic problems with the Mercury retrograde. So maybe looking for an upgrade at that moment wouldn't be so bad. Okay, let's look at the 12th through the 18th, September 12th through the 18th. This is a good time to revisit the 4 agreements and to take nothing personally, to make no assumptions. There's some, I guess, early in the week, rumors, gossip, deception. Things might not be what they seem. Don't believe everybody. Don't believe every thought that occurs in your mind. Things aren't going to go as planned. Caution lights come on, especially around mind-altering substances like drugs, alcohol, chemicals. These could be things that you're not even aware of, like molds or toxins that are in your immediate environment, right? Things that when your mind is fuzzy, definitely not making good and clear decisions. So I want you to pay attention to the loud impulses earlier in the week, and just, I don't know, keep drinking the water and meditating. Surrender, right? The third quarter moon is about surrendering on the 17th. It falls in 24 degrees of Gemini. So if you follow your chart and you look at 24 degrees of Gemini, where can I surrender in this house? What can I surrender? Who am I surrendering to? Right? Start to have those questions of faith so that you can find out what's true for you and have the real experience in your mind, body, and soul instead of reading somebody else's philosophy, right? So do you want to listen for correct invitations? Do you want to be more receptive and follow natural provision instead of forcing something? You know, this is a time to surrender. And let's see. What else is happening this week? Oh, towards the end of the week, we've got Mars sextile Chiron and Mercury opposite Jupiter. So this is really a spiritual warrior time, right? Mars in a positive aspect with Chiron, the wounded healer. So you have overcome many, many odds in this life and you're still standing. You know, your comeback is stronger than your setback, that type of a kind of athletic coach mentality, that sports mentality where, you know, or even, what is it, a Japanese proverb that says fall 7 times, stand up 8. But you want to look for opportunities to either provide mentorship to somebody else or to seek new mentorship opportunities. You want to share the path, right? So whatever pain path you have been experiencing or experienced a long time ago, you have that unique set of skills. You're uniquely qualified to help other people, both in front of you and behind you on that path. You have different tools, you have different perspective, and working together is where we can all rise. You know, we can be on that tide that lifts all boats. There's a sense of camaraderie with that transit, right? And that the camaraderie can be used negatively, right? We can all, misery loves company. We can all take each other down, but I'm saying, let's use this sense of camaraderie to be like, oh, is that what worked for you? That's so cool. I'm going to use that in my toolkit. Oh, this is what worked for me. Have you tried that one? Is it something that sounds good to you? And then that sense of really taking somebody under your wing or being under somebody else's quiet tutelage, right? Okay. So the following week is September 19th through 25th. And the book Be Here Now occurs to me during looking at the transits this week. The sun's going to trine Pluto, Venus is going to trine Uranus. Whatever isn't evolving is dissolving. So let it. On the 19th, you know, the Indigo Girls album, Become You, that also comes to mind, Become You. Let something dissolve, let it go. It's not in your frequency. You might have outgrown it. I know there's a temptation to try to bring everybody along, but sometimes they will and sometimes they won't. Whatever is correct for you will not pass you by. We know that, right? So that, like, the idea of having your best life vibes includes stepping forward without everything that you have in your present situation, right? So being here now involves being real with what's in front of you and then making a conscious choice to accept what is, right? Or to do something different. Happy birthday to Libras. Of course, the sun is going to enter Libra and get right next to retrograde Mercury on the 23rd. So Sun will be in Libra the 23rd through the 23rd. Isn't that perfect balancy thing, September to October? So how do we balance energy, time, and behavior? With Mercury retrograde involved, it could be a really good time to refine your image or revamp your image. I'm not saying like launch a new website, but try to kind of update or fine tune or polish some things about how you're putting yourself out there. Again, a pitch for the Midheaven workshop this month. Now, let's see, on the 23rd through the 24th, I feel like sometimes we look at what we want versus what we have, and we get this idea that things should be different, and it kind of gets us stuck in a rut. And so this whole time of this end of the month, it's like, just keep it real, accept what is, be here now. This fairy tale thinking is not useful or helpful in this moment. And so there are times when you can invoke your creativity and your fairy tale thinking, and it works to your great advantage. But this time, at this particular time of the month, around the 23rd, 24th, it's like, let's just, like, what's real? You know, what is real for you? And what's illusion? What's Maya, right? It's all Maya, depending on who you ask. So bit of a mind confusing thing to work through. On the 25th, the new moon will be in 2 degrees of Libra. And then, yeah, and okay, so the new moon in 2 degrees of Libra on September 25th. So I think about Libra and I think about relationships, of course, and harmony and balance, and the scale and the yin and the yang, and balancing something out, and the masculine and the feminine, and the work and the play and the quiet and the loud and the action and the sleeping, like all of those things. It's not something that you have to do. You don't have to be the ironer outer, right? But you do have to be the awareness observer. So as you observe what feels out of balance, the great mind can then take over and rebalance things for you. But the new moon is a great phase to make your wishes. You know, if you want new partnerships, if you want to experience love in partnerships, if you feel that you want to experience relationships differently, of course, doing a relationship inventory, what's it like to be on the other side of you, is going to be very helpful. Putting things into your new moon wishes in terms of love and reciprocity, this is the moon to do it. We've got 12, 13 new moons a year, depending on where they hit, right? So this is your relationshipy new moon. So if you are dying to be in love, if you are yearning for a relationship, or if you're yearning to get out of a relationship, whatever your relationship wishes are, this is the best new moon of the year to work with that. It could, if relationship is kind of a non-issue for you, it could have more to do with the partners that you have in your life or your business. So it's another angle for that, of course, always another angle with the astrology. Things you might want to let go of during the new moon in Libra are codependency. So if you are programmed to be codependent in your relationships, Al-Anon meeting for you this month, just give it a shot, see how it feels, take what you want and leave the rest. Okay, the end of the month, September 26th through 30th, it's a good time to resolve issues. Mercury is going to conjunct Venus. Everybody's going to be a little bit sweeter, a little bit softer, a little bit less aggressive and defensive and challenging. Mars is going to trine Saturn, so you still need to work hard. Like, hard work does pay off, but there's a softness with other people that helps conversations flow. You could pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm thinking about launching this thing. What are your ideas on it? Or hey, I've got this new idea. You know what I mean? Like, there's just more conversation flow, much more than is happening in my brain right now. But I would say, look for the win-wins, look for who's contributing to your life, look for the helpers towards the end of the month. There's a ease and a grace towards the end of the month that is not quite so much the energy of the intensity during, you know, we're going through this energy recalibration, right? And so here's where some of the softness occurs. I would say, do be conservative financially. The sun is going to oppose Jupiter, so there might be some surprise expenses, which, you know, I mean, build up some savings, right? This could be a wake-up call to build up some savings. This is a great time to journal, the 26th through 28th. I love this transit. Mercury is going to trine Pluto. It is the Nancy Drew transit. It's when you are on a fact-finding mission to discover details. And again, you can use this in your favor, or you can use it to your detriment. You can make yourself crazy stalking people online, or like worrying about everybody else's business, or worrying about what they're doing or what they're up to. So know to use this wisely. if you want to get to the bottom of something, let it be something that can benefit your soul's growth and your soul's evolution, right? It's a really good transit, the 26th through the 28th there, for writing, researching, getting HR involved, getting to the details, getting to the subconscious mind. If you ever wanted to explore with like metaphysical healing, right, this is a good time to get to the core issues, to understand something of the underpinnings, of the underbellies, you know what I mean? Right. So then when I'm saying hard work pays off, it's the 27th through the 29th. And I would say, yeah, work in some of those conversations. The idea of lasting success is coming to mind, lasting success. We have the 6/6 energy of the numerology. So lasting success where? At home, right? So is there something that you can do for lasting success at home? What does that mean for you? It's different for everybody. At the very last little thing we have to look at here is that Venus is going to enter home sign Libra on the 29th, September 29th through October 23rd. So for about a full month, you get Venus in Libra. And so fall weddings, interesting timing. So some journal prompts for Venus entering Libra. This is when you're going to start to see some of those new moon wishes percolate a little bit. Some things pop up. Are you feeling more relationship oriented this fall? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be on the other side of you? What kind of partner you want is the kind of partner you need to be. What partnerships are most fulfilling? When do you feel in love? When do you fall in love? What makes you fall in love with somebody? Can you experience love differently? You guys know I've described a couple of times in our membership recordings this meditation where all 4 of my horses came to me, and I felt this like huge amount of love, right? And so you don't have to experience love in another person. It comes in here. But what do you love unconditionally? For me, the easiest thing to go to is my horses, which sounds really weird because I'm a mom, I'm a girlfriend, I'm a daughter, I'm a best friend, I'm a business associate, I'm a leader of the tribe. There are other things that I could have said bring me so much intense love, and all those relationships bring me so much intense love. But those horses, there's an innocence about it. There's no strings attached, and it's an easy way for me to tap into that unconditional love that we all deserve more of, not less. And so at the end of the month, when love is in the air, there's lots of good things to journal through your personal relationship issues. This is a month to have an energy recalibration. So the invitation is to journal and look through any of those blockages, any of those old beliefs, step out of them. Don't be that person anymore. Do you want to get better? Right? Not bitter. And so this is a good month when we can do that together. Eclipse season, I want to warn you about. The eclipses are coming in October and November, October 25th in Scorpio, November 8th in Taurus. And so go back to the lessons of the nodes shifting into Taurus and Scorpio. I almost said October. But the idea here is that it's the fall, there's a huge intensity, huge intensity to the fall. And what I've given you in this astrology is just a snapshot of the energy to ride. Hopefully I've given you some positive anchors to work with, some good times of the month. And if you've waited this long for your best days, let's go back. Let me find. I circled the 7th when fate lends a hand, and the 27th for a personal awakening, a personal aha moment. So I didn't give you like, oh, best day for money or best day for love or any of that. But these two, I think, are going to be very profound dates for people that are on that evolution, spiritual upgrade, making connections spiritually kind of path, right? So circle the 7th and 27th and let me know how those dates turn out for you. Anything else I want to mention? Okay, so in our membership, one of the things that I do to contribute is to do these Astro Tarot readings. So each of the elements get a special reading from me. And I'm going to tell you some of the highlights from that here. And I just also want to mention that you get the Akashic Records reading, you get a workshop, an astrology workshop or a psychic catalyst workshop, and you get a human design workshop. So lots of interesting things going on in September if you want to participate in our membership. But to give you a little splash of what I contributed here for our fire signs, right? This is, there's some messages about the fates for you. Also faith Also, a big message about perseverance. So don't give up before the miracle happens. For our earth signs, I talked a lot about detaching from mental chatter, and I gave you some specific ways to do this. And just keep asking yourself, does it matter? Does it matter? Or is the mind driving myself crazy? For our air signs, I gave a message about acting our way into right thinking. The cards really invited us to look for the serendipitous moments in our life, right? So that was a good one. The water signs. Now, the water signs for the month of September had a huge message of love. So the greatest love lesson of your life, perhaps available. And this will be a month to look back on and just remember, just to cherish, right? And so let's stay curious, let's stay creative, and let's stay calm and kind with each other. That Mars and Gemini is going to be very volatile, angsty energy. And I just want us to use it creatively in ways that where things are expressed creatively through our bodies and not just stuck back here. So I hope you have a beautiful month. I hope this has been useful to you to give you a little flavor of things. Please follow our Instagram, sign up for our newsletter. I send a newsletter out every Friday, so you don't have to remember all this. You can just get a snapshot of it every Friday, what's going on right now, just what's going on right now. And in it, I include a link to the video for Tarot Fridays. So please sign up for the newsletter and get that link. Tarot Fridays is on our YouTube channel if you want to check out the current one for anybody just picking us up new. And I appreciate if you enjoyed the message, if you'll like and subscribe, and we'll see you back here for the next podcast episode or tarot reading or whatever's next. And I just appreciate you guys so much. Namaste.